Hey everyone, Erin here, your hostess of the mostest, and welcome back to Becoming Me. Um, this is the second episode. I probably shouldn't say like the third or fourth or anything like that. I don't really know what I'm doing here yet, and I'm exhausted, so not sure how well this is gonna go. But I want to make sure I do this every single week. It's really important to me, and I hope that it helps kind of, um, I don't know, reveal some things about being transgender. But anyway, I don't really have like a format, but I think for this one, I'm going to talk about my first week and then maybe like some other firsts that I had so far with my transition. And then also going into a bit more of like a soapboxy type thing about passing, and then going into resolutions. And sorry if I'm stuttering a lot or saying or and like and all that, but I'm sure that you're just used to that by now, or you will be soon. Anyway, so first week, there really wasn't a whole lot going on. It's 1 week. Like, this is a really slow process. But people have said time and time again that, like, your emotions change very, very quickly. And it could be like a placebo type effect. I'm not sure. I know the first couple of days I had like these weird fits of just giddiness. And I don't think that they were the hormones. I think they were just the idea of the hormones. And I was just enabling myself because I couldn't control myself. I had the biggest grin and I was just smiling like crazy and sometimes giggling, and I couldn't stop. Like, I couldn't control myself. And that's never happened to me before. So it was kind of weird. And then also a bit later into the week, I had some rather pretty low points, and I couldn't explain it. It was just like I was feeling all these things at once, and they were burdening me. And I almost ended up crying in my car, and I don't really know why. But one thing I know that hormones definitely have been doing as a side effect of tiredness, which is great because I'm always so busy and I'm always so tired and exhausted anyway. It's just been a little rough. And kind of the whole reason why that's happening is because a lot of energy is taken from testosterone. And when I'm pushing testosterone down and lowering it, now I have like a much smaller energy pool to like pull from, at least until the hormones start to balance out, and then I'm using more estrogen. And the first couple of days, I had some really, really bad migraine headaches, and people were saying that just drink more water if you have that. And I think that was just like the initial shock of my body trying to like understand what's going on. What is this stuff that you're putting in me? Uh, oh, also, I didn't talk about this the other previous episode, all the other episodes that came before this. Uh, um, but apparently, how I've been told or whatever, Spiro, the way that it gets rid of testosterone or blocks it really is it's like an attractor to the hormone, and it binds to it, and then it passes through your urine. So like every time I was peeing, it was like, yes, I'm getting rid of more testosterone. And you always like, people are saying that you have to pee a lot while on Spiro. I guess it's just because, well, it's putting in more content, so your bladder's getting full faster. And I was just trying to like hold my piss until like I've been a couple hours after my dosage. Try to get the maximum. Oh, oh, oh. But anyway, there's also been lots and lots of other first times for me, obviously, with my transition. And I'm gonna share a couple of them, just a few, and just like anecdotal things, I guess. Um, so let's go with the first time I put on makeup. Now, prior to that, I had looked up a lot of different articles. I had watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials, and I'm sure that maybe other people out there have done this, but you know, when you like do a lot of research on something and you just go the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. And I bought like mascara and lipstick and concealer and foundation and eyeshadow and blush and bronzer and glitter and eyeliner and probably some other things like color correctors. And I'm like, all right, now it's time to put all of this stuff on my face. How is this going to work? I don't recommend it. I'll say that. What I recommend, especially for trans women or girls, or I guess anyone that wants one, no, just, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, is that you just start with like foundation or just start with lipstick, and you just learn that a bit better and work yourself up. And yeah, it was kind of like a goddamn mess on my face. I will say that. No pictures. I didn't take any pictures, so sorry you don't get to see that. Let's see. Okay. Wow, these are all like disasters. Okay. But the next one is the first time that I shaved. Now, I like body hair is a really it's one of my biggest sources of my dysphoria. And before, I always hated wearing shorts, like as a man. And it was because of hairy legs, and I'm sure that people are like, you know, it's not a big deal for men. But it just always bothered me. Oh, sorry. This is gonna be rough on my voice. Oh yeah, remember how I said I think that that first one is gonna be longer? No, no. I think that all of these are gonna be really stupid, ridiculously long, and I'm gonna put timestamps in the description when like I change topics, because Jesus Christ. Alright, so going back to shaving, trying to stay on topic here. I had a lot of body hair. Oh, Jesus, sorry. Using my voice makes me really burpy. It's a curse. I tried just using like a razor and like shaving cream the first time, and it was awful. I went through like an entire razor, not even covering like part of one of my bottom parts of one of my legs, and it was just trashed. There was blood everywhere. It was awful. And it honestly made me really, really discouraged. And then I tried like the electric razor that I used for like my face for the longest time. And that actually was good, because it was so long and so thick that a normal razor just wouldn't dent it. It was just like I could like um, try to shave it, and like the razor would just get caught and stuck in all the hair, and I could just let it like rest on my leg. It was that bad. And I feel like now I'm kind of paying for the initial damage I did, because quite literally I probably had like hundreds of ingrown hairs, and like dozens of spots where I cut myself, and it's bad. I'm a lot better now. I only cut myself like 2 or 3 times each time. I'm really looking forward to HRT helping with that. Okay, all right, another first. So the first time I put on women's underwear, I just grabbed like women's underwear, not like anything super duper feminine. And when I did that, it was just like, this doesn't really feel all that different. And it didn't really feel all that good either. And shortly after that, I switched over to bikini briefs. And those are like my absolute faves. Once I did that, like, it was so incredibly gender affirming. Actually, something called gender euphoria, which is kind of like the opposite of dysphoria. And I think I'll like talk about that more and what it is and things like that. And another thing. Yes, I'm going to be going off topic all the time. That's just how I am. Sorry. Oh, here's a fun one. So it's not like I was actually hit on, but one time I was walking to my car from one of my jobs, and I uh, I left the door open while I was getting in, because I was putting something, I don't remember. And then this guy like pulled up next to me, and he was like, "Hey baby, what's your number?" And I was just like so confused by that kind of question, especially like pre-HRT, not looking for it, not doing anything like that. And I was just like, "No, sorry," or "I'm sorry." I don't remember what I said, but I was so flustered and confused, and like, it was a good thing that wasn't more direct and like in a space where I wasn't just like on the go. I'll say that much. All right, this last first is a little bit like more small, I guess, and subtle, but it had a huge impact for me. And some of you might find this like really silly, but this actually happened probably like just a month ago, or maybe a little over a month ago. And I was walking around in a store that I was working at, and I noticed something. I noticed that my butt fat was like squishing against my thigh, like upper thigh fat. And that was the first time that's ever really happened. And it made me feel really good. I know that a lot of girls can be really self-conscious about how big their butt is or whatnot, but I always was a little upset about like how square and flat my ass was, and that's kind of like to be expected with people that are assigned male at birth. So Alright, hopefully I'm not missing any points that I'm trying to make. Alright. Oh, maybe I should rename this from Becoming Me to Aaron the Crying Hour or something. Yeah, I totally forgot. Alright, how was everybody's Christmas? Was it good? This is my favorite gift. It's like, it's my houseware. I just walk around the house in this stuff. And you can't see it, but it says, Eat, Sleep, Battle, and Snorlax. It makes me happy. Anyway, so yeah, definitely let me know how your guys' Christmases were. And, oh, excuse me. In 2Ds, it's gonna be a New Year's, and I know I've made like resolutions in the past, but I'm a different person now. In the past, I didn't really care like what I did or what happened. So I was very apathetic to any sort of goal like that. But this year, I do have a couple of resolutions that I'd like to share with you guys. And one of them is I want to draw every single week. I was gonna say like every month, but I think that's a little like too not enough. That it's not really gonna, because the whole idea is to get better at these things. And the next thing is sing every day. And that's just like sing 3 minutes, not like sing 10 seconds or an hour or anything like that. And I think that will just kind of help me have more power and control behind my voice, because it takes a lot of more work to sing than it does to talk, that's for sure. And then another thing I want to do is learn to dance. And that's something I've wanted to do all my life, but like just was never confident. The moment I try to dance, I just tear myself down and stop. And it's going to be different because I'll be wanting to dance like more feminine, I guess. I'm sure that makes sense at this point. But maybe like differentiating dancing from gender doesn't, but whatever. Anyway, oh, and then the last resolution. I don't know why I did this, because this is stupid and terrifying considering what I just talked about passing and stuff. But I really want to be intimate with someone as a woman. And those are my resolutions. I don't really have like a subscriber goal or a view count goal or a follower goal. Like, I thought those things mattered to me in the past. And it's true. Like, they're just numbers. What matters are the people that are actually like making my life better every single day, that bring joy into my life, that make me happy to be up and about and being myself and interacting with others. And I always wanted that in the past, but I couldn't do it. And now I can. And that's really great. But, whoa. I'd also like to know what resolutions you guys have. And if I've taught you anything about, like, passing, anything you didn't know, anything that you're concerned with, or maybe something similar that you have your own insecurities about. And maybe something that's been pushed on you by society, like as a general gender role type thing. Of like something you're not, that everyone expects you to be. And yeah, passing it in a nutshell. Alright. I don't know what else to say, so I guess that's finally the end of this. Good God, I bet this is really long. Anyway, if you stayed till the end, you're a real sweetheart. And definitely take care.